Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Before we get into quick hits, we want to tell you a couple things. We will be at the Moon Tower Comedy Festival doing live Dumb People Town. That's in Austin, Texas.
And our show Tag It, which is fantastic.
Tag It is so much fun. We're going to do that, and then in May we're in Seattle at the Crocodile.
Let's sell those shows out. I'd love to do
it's
that.
a legendary
so
rock
much.
club, and we're doing shows on Friday. Is there no Thursday night there?
No, Friday and Saturday night. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. Cannot wait to do those. And we're in talks to potentially do a live Dumb People Town in Nashville, Tennessee, which would be a blast. We'll figure all that stuff out, and we'll tell you.
Most important thing is also if you're missing cheap seats, we're doing cheaper seats on a cheaper level, lo-fi.
All you got to do is join our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Sklar Brothers. You get a new episode of Cheaper Seats every month, and that'll sort of whet your appetite for the Nosebleeds, which is our Cheap Seats reboot that's happening on the UFC. It's coming out this summer. We are in the midst of editing
on
those
Fight
shows.
Pass.
Right now.
It's
UFC Fight Pass. You got to sign up for it, and then
we'll give you all the details. But 6 new episodes of that to start, and maybe more.
So
but that
much fun.
it was like a dream come true.
It's great. Let's
Jake,
tell the people where
Adams,
they can
tell people how they can follow you. Your Instagram account is amazing. I love it. It's hilarious. Lots of roasting and funny shit.
Appreciate it. Yeah, just follow the Instagram for the podcast, Country Club Adjacent.
Great name.
TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Also subscribe to their podcast. It's funny. So I love it because it's 4 dudes giving each other shit, and there's talk of golf, but it is kind of it's you guys. I mean, and that's what I think people are drawn to, and it captures, in my opinion, the spirit of what you were talking about before, which is how the world of golf is expanding to regular people.
Yeah.
And becoming more accessible to regular people, and you guys are regular dudes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I love it. It's a really, really fun, fantastic.
Let's jump into some quick hits, shall we, Jay?
All right, so Johnny Manziel, Johnny
Football,
was partying in Miami with
That's an insult to football.
It's almost an insult to Miami that he was partying in Miami.
Yeah.
With his new girlfriend, and
remember his old girlfriend took his wallet
see if I can
and
find the
threw it out the window of a car while they were driving, and then they got into an altercation.
Which I think should have been a statue in front of Cleveland's football stadium.
But
just
just
him
reaching
out
for
of
the
a
wallet
car.
is that'd be the truest depiction of what this guy really left the world of football. So,
so he was, I mean,
PDA, right?
Crazy. Is that him?
Yeah,
I can't tell if that's
I think
him.
that's Johnny Football.
So lots of PDA.
Oh, wow.
I mean, attractive woman, and I understand, but like Manziel he looks like your buddy who used to do a lot of football and now does a lot of meth.
Does a lot of math.
Yeah.
He also is the type of guy that would be 50 yards out from the hole and use a putter.
Oh, yeah.
One
He's
of
putting
those
from the
guys.
rough for sure.
Putting
There's this
from the,
one.
Yeah.
So he get a little
tweaking her
hands-
nipples.
He's
up
a
on
little
top.
handsy in public. Is there a moment where you're like, dude, just don't, like, you're Johnny
He can't
Manziel.
read the room. Still.
I mean, it's like his brand now, isn't it, though? Like, he's a party guy, and he's not playing football, right? He's just like...
So he's
just out
reading
there.
the room like he used to read NFL defenses.
Not at all.
Can't. Not at all. Like, I'm not doing it.
But I agree with you. Like, I guess that's his thing. Is like, you want me to hang out at your club and put a girl on my shoulders and reach for her nipples? I can be your guy.
Right. Yeah,
I'll do
that's his
that.
role.
I'll be that
utility guy.
I'll be white Dennis Rodman. I can do that. White short Dennis Rodman.
White short
And he's
Rodman.
doing- all right. Kelly Stafford wants to get Matthew Stafford a vasectomy.
Snipped.
Wants to get him snipped.
Because she doesn't want to have any more kids.
Is that part of the Super Bowl celebration?
I mean, this is something she said to him. If you ever win a Super Bowl, I'm going to get you
snipping it up.
snipped. And when he was in Detroit, he's like, it's not going to happen.
And now
So how many kids do they have?
I think they have like
3,
4.
4.
I want to
Yeah.
say 4.
But
It's
is
enough.
that so? It's enough. It's definitely enough.
Yeah.
But is there a
Diane.
moment where you think, and this is my question, do you think, and I know you've seen a lot of golfers up close, I mean, people are throwing themselves at golfers left and right. Like
I'm sure. Oh, Ricky Fowler's another guy I would love to see win it all.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
dude.
yeah. But I mean,
Fun,
he
cool-
didn't qualify.
He didn't
No,
qualify?
he's not playing.
What?
Yeah, he's had a tough couple years.
he has had a tough couple of years. Although that
Done
was
well.
cool.
He's done well with endorsements.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah.
And he has a beautiful wife. Didn't he like
Beautiful
marry
wife.
that
Olympic
pole vaulter?
Yep.
Oh my God. Good for him.
Anyway, but the other thing is that these guys, like, once you win a Super Bowl too, you become like someone. So is she like preemptively being like,
She's got a
I don't want.
prevent-y.
Well, I don't want. It's a prevent defense. I don't want you to go out there
and have a baby out of wedlock. So we're going to snip that right now. You're a Super Bowl.
So you're going to
champ.
go out and have sex. We can't prevent that with other women, but I'm going to prevent another kid.
Could be the play. Yeah. You know.
We've got
Kind of brilliant.
We've got to keep our Stafford small, and we got to keep your Stafford in control. Is essentially what she's saying.
She has a podcast. Like, she had him on a podcast. She said, I want to do it when you're down at the Master or like during Masters week.
Yeah.
Like, why are you dragging the
I mean,
Masters
she
into
really
your
wants him.
vasectomy?
She literally wants him to make the cut.
She does. She
Make
wants
the
him to
cut.
go on. She wants to
Make the cut.
She wants his sex life to be subpar. But there is something in it where you go like, why? Like, it is kind of smart. Like,
It's
she's
a very smart thing.
Am I wrong? Is she ahead of the curve or just?
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow their infidelities, but I mean, if
I'm
that is
sure they're
if
there.
You got to follow
yeah.
them on Instagram. It's fantastic.
Stafford Infidelities. That's a great Instagram account. Yeah, it is fair and it is smart. And look,
It's her taking control of the situation. It's her saying, I know my man. He's now a Super Bowl champ. He's probably going to have tons of women thrown at him.
and he's gonna act on some of them. I just don't want a kid. She has a podcast called The Morning After, which, by the way, she could just take that pill, right? If it's about her own pregnancies, then just do that.
Yeah, but it's not
I think
about
it's
her.
not about that. I
Yes,
think
so
it's
that's
about-
right. There is a morning after pill.
It is. All right, Rand. Let's get to this next one. Oh,
All right, so
I-
Albert Pujols,
who we love. Let me just start by saying I love Albert Pujols. I was sad when he left. I blamed his wife.
Really?
She was very vocal when he left St. Louis. So there was a moment back when Pujols was on the Cardinals, and they didn't know it was 2011 or 2012. We didn't know where he was going to go. And as Cardinals fans, I was like, I'm going to open up my computer. This is like, I guess, before Twitter, or, before other things gave you your information. Where you
to
open
find
it,
out if he's a Cardinal or
and
what.
my homepage was ESPN on my
It's
internet
loading.
Safari. It's
He's
loading.
wearing a red hat, and you're like, we
All
got
right,
him.
we got him
Yeah.
back.
And then an angel
You
comes
scroll down
on.
and you're like, he's on the Angels
Oh,
now. The Angels, why?
Yeah.
Which I would
For what? Cardinals offered you $230 million. Angels offered you $250. I guarantee you $20 million doesn't go that far in LA.
Right.
St. Louis, you could buy. St. Louis, you could buy
Yeah.
10 people and have them move a house to another house and then combine them, and then you still have money left over. In LA, for like $230 million, you can get like a guest house in Compton. That's all you get at this point.
Yeah.
So I was shocked, and then you kind of start to read a little bit about how his wife was like, he was disrespected.
It was God's calling that he come to Los Angeles
Take it out of their hands.
right? Because God has really focusing on Albert Pujols' free agency scenario.
Well, and maybe that's why what we have going on in Ukraine is what's going on right now, is because God's focusing on Pujols too much and not focusing on wars.
Put the focus on what really needs to be focused on.
Could be a factor.
Could be a
So-
factor, right? So he's now divorcing her after 22 years.
After her brain surgery.
Oh wow.
Like a month after. He
You
said
know,
the
it's Monday-
timing's bad, but he said it's been
You
brewing
know,
for a
it's like-
while. I'm
it's
like,
re-
what?
It's like she had to go and get brain surgery right when I was going to divorce her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's such a move by her.
It could be a play.
It could be a
Could be a
play.
play by
Like,
her.
she's
Yeah.
like, you're not leaving her. I'm going to make you look bad when you leave.
He said,
I'm just going to get brain
This is what he said. I realize this is not the most opportune time with opening
Thank
day
you.
approaching. Wait, and other family events. I would put brain surgery ahead of opening day. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I
mean, they were on strike, right? So it's a big opening day.
They come
I-
back.
I'll-
It's a big
I'll-
deal, but like,
I'm
come on.
a fan of Pujols. I am not a fan of this person.
I am hoping. First of all, I hope she's okay. Second of all, I am hoping that Albert Pujols, we get a little bit of the LA Dodgers production, not the Angels, and he comes back and has like a decent DH year. Although who knows? I mean, he's comfortable in St. Louis. It could be nice.
He's single again.
He's single again, ladies.
Hello, St. Louis ladies.
If your brains are right, he's ready to rock.
And no one knows how old he is. That's the
Yeah.
other thing. It's like his age was a little bit up in the air. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
he's-
I'm with Pujols here. I mean, it was like it seems like I mean I don't know. Maybe she really needs brain surgery. It's tough luck, but it seems like a guilt trip here.
Right.
Like why now?
Perhaps. Right. She's got, he's got single life on the brain, and she has something else on the brain, and that's
All right, there's one more thing I want to talk about, and
Yes.
then for our Patreon fans,
where
Jake is going to reveal 5 secrets.
I don't know if I'm gonna try. I'm gonna reach to 5.
We're gonna
Okay,
reach
yeah,
to
yeah,
it
yeah.
would definitely be
Yeah.
3,
Three
but
se-
between
secrets
3
about
and
golfers.
5 secrets about golfers that you've never heard, professional golfers, inside shit. That's all coming only on our Patreon. You gotta join
Patreon.com/Sklar Brothers.
Join it because you'll get extra free episodes of
Yep.
cheaper.
I just
seats.
wanna
You're a
talk
fan
about-
of Fred Couples? Maybe listen to the
Oh,
Patreon.
yeah.
Oh,
Why
Mm-hmm.
he should do a show called Couples Counseling where he counsels people.
Oh, he'd like that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So and we'll get into that. The last thing I want to say is,
Part 3 on that one.
Did you watch the NCAA championship game last night? It was
I did, yep.
interesting. I mean, I think it was fitting that, the Baylor game foreshadowed what happened here. They had the largest lead.
Mm-hmm.
They almost let
and
go
then
of the
they-
largest lead ever, and then they lose the largest lead in NCAA finals history last night.
Some
But
dude was puking on the court. It was
I
great.
know. In the
Yeah.
background of Kenny the Jet Smith and Charles Barkley, someone was holding up a sign, and it was a North Carolina fan holding up a sign that said "Birds aren't real," which there is this whole QAnon thing about birds not being real. They're just drones of the government trying to look in it, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But
Wait. You're saying that a QAnon theory is dumb?
no, let me say that maybe there is some credence to it, but no, not at all. But the point is that
Birds are fucking dinosaurs.
right.
Wake up, bitches. That's the only thing that survived from the dinosaur era. They're not drones.
They're not drones. There's no way who is operating that to sort of
but
figure,
let's take that all the way to its nth degree.
yeah.
Is there a room full of people
who are just looking at the bird drone footage.
and who are also so there's this moment, like there was an old This American Life where a dad was like worried that his son was doing drugs. Like he was a really good student, then all of a sudden it went bad. So then he secretly tapped his son's phone
Oh God.
to hear what was going on, and it was a whole system he had to put up he had to send the tap wire through the top panel of the house outside, and he put it in, and then this poor dude had to every night for 2 hours after his son went to sleep at like 1 a.m. go downstairs into his basement and listen to the tapes, listen to hours of inane
It's a lot of
conversation.
extra work.
It's
As
so
a
much
dad.
work.
We're
And then the-
dads. That's just too
and
much
then
work.
The kid, there was a windstorm and the panel fell off the roof, and the kid saw
The wire.
the wiretap and then replaced the panel and then knew that his dad was taping his conversations. So then he and his friends, he's like, let's talk like we got off of drugs. And so he then pulled a play on his dad.
Wow.
It's the best story I've ever heard in my
How
entire
does this relate to birds not being real?
Why in the world would anyone want to sit and watch hours of drone footage? Like who's the manpower? We can hardly get enough employees to work at a Starbucks to get my name right.
Here's my question, Jake. It is a sign by a North Carolina fan saying birds aren't real.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a person who's just like, I got to get this QAnon theory out there, or
It's a slight against the Jayhawks.
the Jayhawks? Is it a funny joke that a QAnon person did that
Wow.
these birds aren't real?
Yeah. That's great.
Someone making fun of QAnon and then using now. But here's
Or if it's just the funniest QAnon person out there being like, I've got this sign. It
Yeah.
just happens to be blue. I'm going to bring it out for this thing, and here you go.
Right. Yeah. Or maybe he's just got North Carolina gear, to blend in, and he.
It's like, I got to get this thing out here.
Yeah. That's great though.
was
That's
there a picture of a
yeah.
Jayhawk on the sign?
No, this just says birds aren't real. There it is right there. It's in the
Man, good for
background.
that guy.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But they're real guys. They're
I'm sure
very
there are
real.
a couple birds that someone put a camera on though.
Maybe.
Like
Like a
maybe.
GoPro?
Yeah.
So
like
is
a
that
GoPro Seagull?
all birds?
I don't know.
What about the shoes? All birds.
All bird shoes. Maybe.
Also not real.
Not real, guys. Not
No.
real. You know what is real?
Synthetic.
This go follow golf club or the
Country Club adjacent. Follow it on all social media and then subscribe to
TikTok,
that podcast.
Instagram, YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast.
Big with the kids.
Jake
TikTok.
Adams. It is. We love the TikTok. We're on TikTok too, as Sklar Brothers.
Yes,
Dude, thank you for joining us. This was so much fun. And Patreon fans, you're going to get to hear some secrets of the golf world.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. This is
Of
great.
course.
Awesome. We'll be right back with more of you from the Cheap Seats. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, Patreon fans, thank you so much for supporting us. We appreciate it beyond belief. And if you're new to our Patreon because you want to hear secrets about professional golfers, you've come to the right place. We are here with one of the amazing co-hosts of Country Club Adjacent, which is my
Great
favorite
name.
golf podcast.
Great name for a golf podcast.
Appreciate it.
Great name and great concept for a culture, which I believe you guys are on the right side of golf. Does that make sense almost?
Yeah, it's wild that 4 white dudes can be so progressive because that's how backwards the game is right now.
Yeah, that's really
Right,
telling
like
you
they can only deal with right now progressive white people. Like soon, hopefully, they'll expand out to all races. But we appreciate what you do, and as we talked on our podcast, you have some inside poop, some secrets on some of the golf heroes that we know and love. And
let's get into
dish
a
on
few.
that shit
Let's
right
dish
now.
on
Yeah.
a few of them.
I'll start with what I mentioned in the podcast, Fred Couples,
Yeah.
or as people who know him best call him, Fred Cuckles.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
He, in numerous accounts, has tried and succeeded as hooking up with other players' wives.
Get some.
Yeah.
Get in the
Get
hole.
some.
Yeah.
Get in the
Get in
hole.
the hole.
Smooth talking, smooth swinging Fred Cuckles.
The
Oh,
smoothest swing ever.
I said it. He should have his own show called Couples Therapy, and
Yeah.
maybe it's Cuckles Therapy.
Wait, Yeah.
he cuckolds your wife, and then he tries to put you through therapy of that.
Try to
it's
save
okay.
the relationship.
He's a good-looking guy and had good hair, but
He had good hair, but he also seemed like. So he has the opposite build of Tiger Woods. He looks like your dad's friend who's an actuary, and you're like, wait, you play golf?
also play golf, yeah.
And then he's just nailed.
Yep, just wearing those Echo shoes, just hooking up with your wife.
Who walking so gently. Did he have a caddy hold his condoms when he came in to be with your wife? I'll take a Magnum.
As he-
Let me look at the thing. He gets down on
Yeah.
his knees and he looks. He's like,
As-
I'll take a Magnum.
Yeah.
Because- sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, you go ahead.
I'll say because of this Patreon, I'll give you a first-hand source here, and it's John Daly.
So
Straight
he
from-
banged John Daly's wife.
He tried to hook up with 2 of his wives, and then he told us stories about how he's hooked up with other players' wives, and also one time he hooked up with Kevin Costner's. What's the other? Who's the pitcher in the movie The Rookie?
It's Kevin Costner.
Okay, yeah. His wife, and and then Kevin confronted him and beat the crap out of him.
Oh my God.
So,
when-
and you know, but isn't there the story that was it Kevin Costner hooked up with who's the guy, the Iron Man from
Lance Armstrong?
No, from Baltimore. The guy who holds the record, and they had the lights go out.
Cal
Cal
Ripken's
Ripken
wife.
Jr. Didn't
Wow.
Kevin Costner hook up with Cal
And
Ripken
Cal Ripken,
Jr.'s
went
wife
to go
and
beat
Cal
his ass.
Ripken went,
Ripner.
Cal Ripken went to his house to kick
Yeah.
Costner's ass,
Wow.
And he
So-
was gonna lose, and it was gonna.
and then and he was going to lose his streak, and so suddenly,
the lights went out
unexpectedly, the lights went out
at Camden Yards.
Camden Yards, and they couldn't play the game that night. So maybe Costner was just trying to pay forward some cuck series
Yeah,
and trying to push that out there.
but Cal Ripken lost that consecutive streak with his wife.
well,
Oh,
he did
yeah,
lose
before.
his
He
streak.
did
with
lose
his
that
wife,
streak.
yes.
My only question about Fred Couples is when he's about to get head, does he yell for? All right, let's go on to give us
move
another
on.
one.
Okay, that's probably the most juicy.
That is
but,
juicy.
yeah.
So juicy.
Daniel Berger, heard not a great guy.
Daniel
Why?
Berger.
Kind of like I have a friend who when he was just getting on tour saw him in a bar, and she was like, "Hey, this is my name," and he goes, "Oh, I will never remember that."
Oh,
And then just bought she goes, "Oh, well," like she went up to buy him a drink, and she goes, "No, don't worry about it. I'm about to be on the PGA Tour. Money's not a thing for me."
Wow. This guy's such a dick. Patrick Reed's family doesn't like him.
yeah. Patrick Reed's family does like him.
Yeah.
That's how much of a dick.
Airing
this
it all
guy is.
out here.
Airing
you
it
know?
all out. Let's give
I mean,
us
we
some
know
more.
Patrick Reed sucks. Like that's a known thing that he's just an awful human.
I
Or
mean,
is he
he
not?
just cheats. He cheats in golf, right?
cheats in golf, right.
Yeah, I don't know. Like people meet him and say he's a nice guy, but just really
He's the
looking
nicest
for
little
that.
cheater ever.
Yeah.
He's a good little cheater. All right, I did not know that about Daniel Berger. Wouldn't have expected that from
All right,
him.
give us one more juicy piece if you can think
Okay.
of one more. Yeah.
Roy McIlroy is gay.
What?
Is
No,
he?
I'm joking.
Oh
I
my
don't-
God!
I'm
I
about
believe
a lot
that.
of things. I really
It'd be
expect
great.
to.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
No,
I don't
Roy,
think- I don't know
he's
if I
not
might
gay
be
because
close, yeah.
he's just he reminds me of.
I loved when he cursed in that interview, like at the Olympic. Was it the Olympics
Yeah.
or something? Yeah, it was.
You see that thing
great.
when he tore his shirt as well? He just missed a cut and just completely ripped his shirt right down the middle.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So wasn't he trying to? Didn't he have a woman like a tennis player that he
Yeah,
was?
yeah. Wozniacki.
Wasn't he? He was like in love with her, and she wasn't.
Wozniacki.
She
Really?
wasn't responding. She
Or
wasn't
they had
giving
like
him
a
that.
weird breakup.
Yeah, and like
And it had a breakup that affected her career and it affected his career.
So I do kind of think there's like it's amazing when someone on that level is we know about their unrequited love or their sort of failures in the love department, and it's like I feel for them in a weird way because
Yeah.
I'm like that we all should know about.
Yeah. But during that time, that's when he was playing the best. I believe it was right. It was like,
Yeah,
you
so
know,
maybe he
6
should be a
6
lover
years ago.
spurned.
Yeah,
Maybe he should
no,
be
I think
spurned.
all I know about Roy is an amazing guy and
Yeah,
super
it
nice
just
and
seems
then-
like the
Seems
best
amazing.
dude.
Yeah.
Seems so normal for being a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, doesn't he feel like a guy who'll go around the pub and just drink with you and
Superstar since he was like 18, like
Yeah, he was young.
Yeah.
when he joined the tour.
It also shows you how amazing Tiger Woods was because you're like, oh, here comes the next Tiger. And you're like, it's not that easy,
There
bro.
is no next
You
Tiger.
can have all the talent in the world, but then it's about the killer instinct and what's between your brain, which of
And the
course-
longevity, which is the hardest thing in golf.
Hardest thing ever. All right, what's your last? Is there another one or no? It's
yeah, I
okay.
don't
If
really
you
It's
don't
all right.
have
We got
one.
those two. Those are actually really damn good.
Those are
Oh, my
crazy
God.
juicy.
So fun. Jake Adams, thank you so much for joining us. Patreon fans, thanks for supporting us the ways that you do. We'll keep bringing a little extra content and extra things. And all right, we'll see you next time.